Slavery was standard practice throughout all of human history, and it was ended by white people. He had left the comment underneath the video I made on slavery, and this resulted in a lot of pushback because slavery is one of the 3 historical pillars that modern political power is built on. The others being the Civil War and World War II, and they don't like when you question the source of their power. So they don't want you to realize that 5 to 10 million people were enslaved by the Ottoman Empire. 4 to 10 million people were enslaved in the Trans-Saharan slave trade. 9 to 17 million people were enslaved in the Trans-Indian slave trade. 10 million people were enslaved in South America. That slavery as an institution had been around for all of human history, for thousands of years, and practiced by all people. But around 1776, the idea of individual liberty started to spread through the Western world like wildfire. And all of a sudden you had the US Constitution, the Bill of Rights. And people just take this stuff for granted these days. They think that it's always been like this. But in 1776, only one country in the world had a constitution. And only one country in the world had a Bill of Rights. And today, almost every country has one. And this is what makes America so exceptional. This is why America is a shining city on a hill, because the world followed America. And it wasn't long until people started pointing out the contradiction of slavery. And the United States of America would ban slavery in 7 states when the rest of the world had only banned it in 7 countries. In fact, in the original draft of the Declaration of Independence, Thomas Jefferson tried to get rid of slavery. He called it a cruel war against human nature itself. And as president in 1807, Thomas Jefferson ended the transatlantic slave trade. And Britain did the same thing that year. And in 1833, Britain abolished slavery. And Britain would spend the next 100 years pretty much demanding that all other countries abolish slavery. They used diplomacy, treaties, military force, whatever it took. And hundreds of thousands of Americans gave their lives to end slavery. And the United States stood side by side with Britain, demanding that countries all over the world abolish slavery. And that's why they finally gave it up in the Middle East. They finally gave it up in Africa. And in the end, it was the moral conviction of the European that led to the abolition of slavery all over the world, built upon the principles of America's founding fathers. And this is why I write books on how information is controlled, about our rights. And I teach courses on real history, because there is an insidious agenda to shame our children into submission. And the truth is that our children should be damn proud of where they come from and who they are. Check out my private homeschool community. And Cubs to Bears, books. ClassicalLearner.com.